everybody, and welcome back to part 7 of the Port Royal video series. We were at the point where just before we were ready to capture a Spanish city, or preparing to capture a Spanish city, the Dutch and the Spanish decided to stop fighting. That war ended. So as a result, there wasn't much we can do. However, during that war, I was able to actually capture multiple ships, and as we can see now, one of my captains leveled up far enough to create the opportunity of another trade route. And with that, at least there is some positive. I was also looking for a trainer, although given my current amount of money, not certain if that's actually a good idea. So what else do we have? Well, we killed a hideout of pirates, so that's a good thing. And with that I was able to restore some of my reputation with some countries. There are still more pirates active, so over time I will have the time to find and kill other pirates. All towns are discovered. I won't go over everything again, because I'm doing that each and every game, and no, it's not really needed. I even don't have an idea what I was doing with this ship. Other as picking up people. So what am I going to do with this convoy? Well, since it's one of the last convoys I actually got, I will start by removing the sloop, because that one's only costing me money. And I'm going to sell it off. I don't even have the money to the money to do much. I do have the opportunity to start that new trade route, and I'm going to do that now. First of all, I'm going to rename this ship into colonial trades, and the purpose of this one is, I actually gave it the wrong name. That's what it's supposed to be. The purpose of this one is going to visit towns and start picking up coffee, as well as a little bit of tobacco and other stuff. So we know that cities along the coast and most of the Dutch cities are actually doing the dyes, so I won't visit them. I already got enough dyes. I will start in my hometown, Kibara, and from that point, Havana, Keys, Tampa, and so on. All the way around to get 20 cities before returning. That's the first part. Maintenance will be active. Now the next one, everything will go to manual trading, starting with unloading. And what I actually miss in this game is something we had in Port Royal free to copy everything from the previous town. Makes things so much easier. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have it, so I have to do a lot alone. But in general, I will do the same thing over and over again. Unload max, and I'm actually quite stupid because I'm concentrating at the wrong stuff. Um, I'm also going to pick up the import goods because with those, if I have the money for it, and right now that's not really looking nice, but Havana, yeah. If I have the opportunity to get those goods, at least I'm able to make a lot more money. So it's going to be a very long process of switching from one thing to the other. But once it's running, and that's the nice part, this is one of those routes that's having the option to make a lot of money. Just need to keep an eye on what I'm actually trying to buy and sell. But in the end, the convoy would return with lots of coffee. And those that that coffee is being picked up by the other convoys, which then in turn are able to sell it off in the other villages, towns, cities, whatever you want to call them, and make quite a nice profit out of that. So this one is more or less supporting my regular trade routes. It's one of those routes which is always under attack if I enter a war for some reason. Which, yeah, kinda makes sense. Because it's one of the most valuable convoys I have. Because it's also one of the most vulnerable convoys I have. And I've got the feeling I'm actually buying way too much dice again. I also have the feeling I actually sort of overexpanded, but we'll see. I have to keep an eye at my costs right now. So it may be a good idea to actually cut down my hunting convoy, remove a couple of ships to cover my overheads, my expenses, and either sell the ships or just keep them in port until I'm able to use bigger convoys. Given I'm not fighting anything, it would be a good option. That's everything. No loads. Now I got everything. At least once I'm able to make a profit out of this. Ha! And I did something completely wrong, I think. I'm not mistaken, I have to do two things. First of all, might as well do it like that. And like that. Now, once again, go. And you are going to take that one out. I'm actually going to sell that one. With it, I'm at least able to repair my convoy for the next days. Let's see. No. No. Bye. No peoples are like settlers here. Which I was picking up with this ship. Which has a captain that's already getting close to 4 points. So with the look of that, things are processing well enough. I think I made a mistake. Yep, I made a mistake. I need 19 workers, okay? Let's just follow this one for a while, for fun. See what it does, if it's making a profit or not. No workers needed. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't making money. Convoy out of the running. Hopefully I won't be able to buy that many dice now, because it's going to cost me so much money. Might as well check this one. Looks like I have already adjusted this one. Nice, but I'm not at war in Spain right now, so there's nothing I can do about that. But treasure fleets are always nice to deal with. So far, no coffee. One of the reasons I was collecting settlers, it's solved. Well, so far, no good. haven't sold any of the dice. I bought other stuff, but so far not that many. So many sailors. That's new. I haven't checked. That's a political view. Well, nothing changed so far. What I didn't check is, I do have a treasure map. I have no idea where it actually ends. It takes me to, but three Spanish fleets. And where did we have a bell? Ah, there's a Blake in Antigua. Okay. Still no coffee. That's one of the options I have. I can give me give a convoy away. I was about to say that's the reason I'm lacking money. So give convoy to pirates and have some income. Some. Because at some point they will be under attack. When they're under attack, you may actually lose that pirate. But it's a nice alternative to make money. There's something in the water. I need to check that. It's probably, and the treasure fleet is here. As you can see, 5 war galleons. I'm not going to attack that one yet. So, part of the treasure map. Does it help me much? Well, as telling me there's a lot of sand. And I know where it is. It's here. This part is here. So I was looking for a captain. So I've sold some dice, but overall not the best trip. Also, we got this war going on now, and usually there's the treasure chest. Usually it's a nice opportunity to capture Florida Keys or Charleston, Fort Caroline or St. Augustine, because like I said, I want this part to become Dutch. But first of all, I lack the money. Vera Cruz. So, two military frigates. No, a military frigate, a military corvette, and a galley. This is going to be a tough fight. But it could be a fun fight. Because with my current ship setup, I may actually be able to make it. And if I am, I got two very good ships under my command. And we have a discovered hideout, which is also nice. Two cannons and one convoy with two ships in the harbor. So I will deal with it later. For now I'm going to make money and at some point once again try to get into a war and actually have a better result. Also, my captain is skilled enough for another trading convoy. Now, that one is going to make a nice profit. Thank you, French captain. convoy will start running in Cancun and focus at coffee and eventually probably some tobacco and or cocoa. I'll see. First, there's this. Well, yeah, that's one way to finish a mission. It wasn't the way I wanted to. I'd hoped they would attack me. They didn't.
I could tell you something about the sugarcane plantations. Those who yearned to add to their existing wealth in the early years of the Age of Discovery found that the sugar plantations that had been developed since the early 16th century, mainly in the Caribbean, offered excellent investment opportunities. These investments returned profits of 10 to 50%. Naturally, these plantations required very large numbers of workers, and so hundreds of thousands of slaves were shipped there from Africa. This was because the white man had by now almost completely exterminated the Native American population in many places. The Europeans themselves could not endure the climate and, quite apart from that, they were far too dignified to engage in this sort of donkey work. Even the plantation owners preferred to live in London or Madrid and let a couple of their henchmen organize the work in the colonies. By the 18th century, the black proportion of the population of some islands had reached 90%.
We had another message. Okay. Georgetown is looted. Well, that's too bad for Georgetown. Not for us, though. And here we go again. First of all, convoy name. Colonial. Coffee 2. Now, the route, sea chart, here we go again. Turks. Santiago, Trinidad, Evangelista, Nombre Dios. No, wait. And here we go again. think this is a better idea, actually. In case people wonder why I'm adding cocoa, well, at some point in the last part of the route I will actually start finding cocoa. So it's a good way to prepare for future trade routes, as I'm able to sell it off at some point. And I keep the other goods in captain trading because, yeah, it's a nice way to make a profit, even if it's not intended to. But I can use the money. Well, we can always use the money. I will have to adjust those routes later when I actually start getting my present from the governor. No, not the governor, the viceroy, sorry. But for now, not much wrong. I also need to figure out still how to split my map. I mean, we got currently 60 cities. So if I want to set up some hubs for countries, if it's equal, it's 15 cities. I could take 15 towns from each and every city from, what's his name, a viceroy town. But 50 convoys from one town is actually quite a lot. Not to mention, with 4 major hubs, or better said 4 hub cities, I also need to set up convoys between those 4 cities. Belize is governor. I was wondering why I didn't see any colonials. So the question is, should I split up the convoys, the hubs in, or the map in 8 cities? Yeah, sorry, I still got a cold. I had probably this a long time ago. Although I actually think it's not a cold, I think it's hay fever, which is, in a way, it's worse. But back to the game. So the question is, with 60 towns, should I set it up, split over 8 cities, which means governor and viceroy? If I do that, then I will have several hubs with 7 cities. I mean, 8 times 8 is 64 for those who still can calculate. So I have 4 hubs with 7 cities instead of 8. It is, however, a little bit easier to manage. So, yes, I am thinking about doing that. I know where the viceroy and the governor towns are, so in the light of that I could easily split things and sort of figure out. Cartagena has also covered the town. An easy way to figure out where my hub is going to be. Disadvantage, I will need even more convoys between the hubs. As a matter of fact, I could actually split my major hub cities, let's say the hub capitals, according to what they produce, and start transporting goods that way, because not each, several of them produce the same goods. I mean, like Cartagena got rum and garments, while Belize also has the rum, but ropes. We know that Turks Island is doing rum and ropes as well, so there's a lot to figure out. I'll get it done eventually. But yeah, it's not the easiest thing to work at. And I've never set it up that much as I'm planning to do now. As a matter of fact, I've been playing Petition 3, and even in Petition 3 I never managed to set up both or all my hubs, and that one was basically set up for 3 hubs of 8 cities. I never got it done. So I'm heading to a real big achievement for both myself and the people who like to watch this game. When I actually got more than 3 hubs running. And to consider that eventually I want, with the exception of 3 towns, everything under Dutch control, so fun. Still, two trade routes for colonial goods done, and with those I'm at least able to make a little bit more money, which is nice, because yes, we will have another war coming up, and I need to cover my expenses without actually running into a big money problem. At some point my convoys will be attacked, and that's going to cost me a lot of money, so the only option I have is keep them inside, docked until the war's over and I have paid off my debt to the country. But yeah, we got a second route all the way set up along the southern Cuban coast, Caymans, Mexico, Central America, up to Venezuela, Curacao before it heads north. So my last convoy will actually start from Turks, Tortuga, Port-au-Prince, and then going south to Puerto Cabello before turning all along the Windward Islands back to Turks again. And yes, that route will be fun too. 2. I hope that I didn't mess up this one. No, I didn't. I do have to mess up this one. Because it's not allowed to pick up all the dice anymore. So, next. 1 fighting skill. 2 fighting skill. And I had a ship up here. But I can't enter cities without a ship. Without, or better said, I can't enter cities without a convoy present. French are normal. That's a good thing. This captain is actually better as what I had. The reason is this navigation skill. It's a little bit boost. We are able to build a sugar plantation here. But still, I prefer Kibara or Tortuga. South of X, not far from the coast. Well, That's not really useful, is it? No good ships. No clues. Something happened here. No. 70,000 and I'm still having a little amount of money. So for now, no. England and France. Well, I remember telling once before that when England joins the party in wars, it's in my favor, and I was not completely correct about that. So I won't say it again. At least not for the time being. It could be useful because the English convoys in general are stronger, but since France is back to strong now, I have to be careful. And I'm still losing money. The question is, where am I losing money? those convoys. Especially this one with the 131 dice, which I'm unable to sell.
It's good to see you here. Come, I would gladly task you with capturing a town belonging to our enemies. I have enough military convoys.
Good. And now I do have access to the city because my trading isn't at the right level yet. Also, seeing the time, I'd say I quit for today. And next week we will continue our preparations to start fighting France. And I really hope that I'm actually able to start capturing a city. The question is, of course, which one, based upon the goods they produce, which are most useful, and it has to do with the map. So my guess is I will most likely start focusing at Florida Keys, not only because of the goods. Cotton and dye are used for garments, but also if I take a look at the political map, it would basically cut France in half. It already is, but even better. And it gives me a good outpost to deal with Spanish convoys later. So that's the plan. And something happened in Turks. What again? Oh, Charlestown. I thought for a moment it was Turks, but it's Charlestown, so bad enough, but not as bad as Turks. So, this is it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly did, although it was a little bit of staring at the screen and not really much excitement. Hope that will change in the future. Thanks for watching, and I wish you a very good day. Goodbye.